Class 6. Today we shall start up with a new lesson, a poetry from your textbook, that is Wandering Singers by the famous Indian poet Sarojini Naidu. So the name of the poem we are doing today is Wandering Singers. Wandering Singers, this poem is about the wandering singers. Wandering means the persons or the people who wander and move from one place to another. And why singers? Because they move from one place to another carrying a musical instrument, and they keep on singing from place to place, and they spread happiness to everyone, and they do not have a particular place. So this is just the basic information about the poem. Now let us watch this animated video of the poem in detail so as to get a clear-cut idea of the poem, The Wandering Singers. Now children, let us watch this together. We are going to learn about a very beautiful poem, Wandering Singers, written by Sarojini Naidu. This poem depicts a nomadic way of life in which they spread a message of love through their singing. Now let us know about the life and work of the poet Sarojini Naidu. Sarojini Naidu was a celebrated poet who was born on February 13th, 1879 and died on March 2nd, 1949. She was a playwright and Indian independence activist. She was the first woman to become president of the Indian National Congress and to achieve the post of governor of Uttar Pradesh. It was said that her poetry was so beautiful that it could also be sung, and that's why her collections of poems, The Golden Threshold, brought her recognition as Bulbul-e-Hind or Bharat Kokila or the Nightingale of India. Wandering Singers, an introduction. In this poem, we get a glimpse of the lives led by few tribal in India and their outlook on life. The poet Sarojini Naidu describes the nomadic and selfless life of a group of wandering folk singers. The sole purpose of the wandering singers is to spread love and happiness, singing songs of long lost things. They are called wandering singers because they find true happiness by moving around freely and leisurely. They surely understand the true spirit of life that is ever changing and uncertain. Their life is like a musical journey with notes of both happiness and sadness, and the wandering singers keep singing through all the ups and downs of their life. Dear children, let's start the poem and the first stanza. Where the voice of the wind calls our wandering feet through echoing forest and echoing street. In these two lines, the poet says that the wandering singers move from one place to another. They move through the dense forest or busy street of city and towns. They are as unpredictable as the winds, because winds can blow in any direction. In the same way, wandering singers move to place just like the winds without having different directions to go. With luster, with lutes in our hands, ever singing we roam. All men are our kindred, the world is our home. So, the wandering singers sing continuously as they roam with lutes. Children, lutes means stringed musical instrument. So, the wandering singers have lutes in their hands and they keep singing and roam around different places, be it towns, cities, or forests. They consider all human beings their extended family and the whole world their home. Therefore, the line, All men are our kindred. Here, kindred means relative. So, here this one, the wandering singers consider all human beings their brothers, and they consider this entire world their home. So, all human beings are their extended family, and the entire world is their home. And in this stanza, and in the second line, through echoing forest and echoing street, the word echoing has been repeated here. It has been repeated to put focus on the melodious songs sung by wandering singers, and through these songs, these wandering singers present or expressed their mixed emotions, and their songs, which comprise of different emotions and expressions, actually resonate through the streets of towns and forests. Now, after this, let us move to the second stanza of the poem. Look at the first line. Our lays are of cities whose luster is shed. In this line, the poet tells that the wandering singers who wanders from one place to another sing about the glory of grand cities which no more exist. The lines also shows that the listeners would be fascinated to the songs of the glorious past of grand cities, those songs sung by the wandering singers. Therefore, the wandering singers, they sing about the grand cities and the laughter and beauty of women long dead. In this line, the poet says that what does the wandering singer sing? These wandering singers sing about beauty and happiness of women which has been robbed or taken away by the wars of the time. Then the sword of old battles, the crown of old kings. Not only the wandering singers sing about the cities and beauty of women, but they sing about, or the subject matter of the song sung by these wandering singers also include the life led by old great kings. They also sing about ancient battles and kings. Therefore, this stanza has both the elements of happiness and sorrow, because the wandering singers sing about the happiness and sorrow. Happiness is reflected in grandeur and joyous nature of lives of the people, and sadness is reflected in the fact that all the things do not exist now and they are a thing of the past. Those cities and the beauty of women, the old kings, are the things of the past, and the wandering singers, they sing about this. Here in the first line, our lays are of the cities. Here the lays refer to the song sung by the wandering singers. So here the wandering singers, they sing a song about the beauty of women, the old cities and the old kings, which evokes both happiness and sorrow. So therefore lays here refers to the song. Now let us see the next stanza. What hope shall we gather? What dreams shall we sow? So the people belonging to the wandering singers, they cannot settle down at a place. So they cannot nurse a hope or could have a vivid dream about their future, because they do not know where will they go and what will they do next. They cannot dream of prospering in one place. Why? Because they are a wandering tribe who wander singing different kinds of song. Where the wind calls, our wandering footsteps we go. The poet here says that they can go in any direction. The wandering singers are just like the wind. Just like the wind, they go in any direction. Here, the line where the wind calls stand for songs sung by the wind. And it appears to them that the songs sung by winds actually call the wandering singers in its directions, and those wandering singers follow the calls of the wind. Just like the wind move in different directions, and it seems that the song of the wind calls those wandering singers in their own in its direction. So the wandering singers are just like the wind. Now let us move to the third line. No love bids us tarry, no joy bids us wait. So here it says that no love bids us tarry, and no joy bids us wait. This line means that no amount of love or any affection or attachment can force these wandering singers to live at one place. Tarry means to be at a place for a longer duration of time. So, these wandering singers say that no love or affection could stop them from moving from one place, or could force them to be at one place. No joy bids us wait. That means no matter how great the joy or happiness is at the present place, these wandering singers would move on ever and ever, and they would discover new joys, and nothing can bind them to one place. So here the wandering singers, they just move like wind from one place to another, and they never stop at one place. The voice of the wind is the voice of her fate. Here in this line, the poet says that the voice of the wind means the song of the wind, and these wandering singers, they are forced to follow the song of the wind. And what they do, they derive happiness in their detached and melodious way of life, moving anywhere at the call of the wind, enriching their life experiences and accepting the life as it comes. These wandering singers, they move from one place to another, enjoying their life, singing a song. The message of the poem is that detachment from worldly ways can bring joy.